Stop juggling with the magic ring. You can crochet this Jellycat-style Easter egg without it. I'm sharing the beginner secret to those signature dangling legs and that perfectly derpy face. Save your money and craft your own in just 30 minutes. Let's make a teeny thread together. For this project, we will need 4 pine meal cotton yarn, 2.5 mm hook, stitch marker, needle, keychain, scissors, stuffing, glue, eyes, and a bit of black yarn. I highly recommend using multicolor yarn if you want a more festive look for your Easter eggs. However, to make sure you can see every stitch clearly on camera, I will be using this solid pastel color for today's demonstration. Let's start by making a snip knot by using our finger. Take the yarn and make it across the fingers. Wrap the yarn around your fingers to form a loop. Now, cross the working yarn over the tail so it forms an X shape on your fingers. Next, use your finger to wrap the string at the back and pull it through the loop in front. Then, gently pull the working yarn to tighten it. Now, insert your hook into the loop and adjust the tightness. Next, chain 2. 1, 2. Now, we will make 6 single crochets into the very first chain we made. To make a single crochet, insert your hook into that first chain, yarn over and pull up a loop. You have 2 loops on your hook. Yarn over and pull through both. That's your first single crochet. Make sure to mark this third stitch with a stitch marker. Continue making single crochets into that same first chain until you have a total of 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now, insert your hook into the third stitch we marked and make a snip stitch to join. Round 1 is finished, and you have a perfect circle without the struggle of a magic ring. Now, we will start round 2, chain 1 first. Remember, we do not count the snip stitch and the chain 1 as stitches. For round 2, we will make an increase into all 6 stitches. An increase means making 2 single crochets into the same stitches. Insert your hook into the first stitch, make 1 single crochet, mark it, and then make another single crochet into that same stitch. That's our first increase. Repeat. Go into the next stitch and make another increase. Repeat this until you have a total of 6 increases. Now, I've finished the 6 increases. You can see this is the slip stitch that we made in the previous one, and that one is the chain one. So, Just skip them and insert your hook into the first stitch that we marked and make a slip stitch and run till it's finished. For round 3, we are going to maintain the shape. Chain 1 and simply make 1 single crochet into every stitch around. Don't forget to place our stitch marker in the third stitch. No increases this time, just 12 single crochets. This will start to make our work curve slightly to form the top of the egg. At the end, skip the slip stitch and chain 1, then make a slip stitch into the third marked stitch. Round 3 is finished with 12 stitches. For round 4, we want the egg to get wider. Chain 1. In the third stitch, make 1 single crochet. In the next stitch, make an increase. That means 2 single crochet in 1 stitch. Repeat this pattern, 1 single crochet followed by an increase for a total of 6 times. Continue this run and you will get a total of 18 stitches. After your last increase, skip the slip stitch and join with a slip stitch into the third marked stitch. Round 4 is complete. For round 5, we are going to give the egg some height. Chain 1 and make 1 normal single crochet in every stitch around. Continue making your 18 single crochets. Once you've reached the end, finish the round with a slip stitch into the first stitch. You still have 18 stitches and your egg is starting to take shape. Now we move on to round 6, chain 1 first. In the first 2 stitches, make 1 single crochet in each, then in the next stitch, make an increase. Repeat this pattern, 2 single crochets followed by an increase, for a total of 6 times. Continue this run and you will have a total of 24 stitches. At the end of the run, skip the slip stitch and the chain 1 and make a slip stitch into the first marked stitch to join. Round 6 is complete. For round 7, we are going to maintain the width for a bit to give our egg a nice shape. Chain 1 and simply make 1 normal single crochet in every stitch around. No increases for this round, just 20 single crochets. Once you reach the end, make a slip stitch into the first marked stitch. Round 7 is complete with 24 stitches. For round 8, we want to reach the widest part of our egg. Chain 1. In the first 3 stitches, make 1 single crochet in each, then in the next stitch, make an increase. Repeat the pattern of 3 single crochets followed by an increase for a total of 6 times. By the end of this round, you will have a total of 30 stitches. As always, finish the round by making a slip stitch into the first stitch we mark. Round 8 is complete. Now, for round 9 through 14, we are going to build the height of our egg. For these 6 rounds, we will simply chain 1 and make 30 single crochets in every stitch around. It is the perfect time to put on some music and just enjoy the repetitive motion. Remember to join with a snip stitch at the end of every round. I will meet you back here once you finish round 14. At the end of round 14, make a slip stitch into the first marked stitch. Round 14 is complete with 30 stitches. Now we are going to start shaping the bottom of our egg. For round 15, we will do 3 single crochets followed by an decrease. First, chain 1. Then, make 3 single crochets in the next 3 stitches. Then, a decrease in the 4th stitch. I'm going to show you the invisible decrease. Instead of going through both loops of the stitch, we are only going to use the front loops. Now, for the decrease, insert your hook into the front loop only of the next stitch. Then, without yarn over, immediately insert your hook into the front loop only of the following stitch. You now have 3 loops on your hook. Yarn over and pull through the first 2 loops. Now, you have 2 loops left. Yarn over and pull through both. That's an invisible decrease. It's much smoother and hides the gap perfectly. Repeat the pattern, 3 single crochets, then 1 invisible decrease, a total of 6 times. You will have 24 stitches at the end of this round. At the end of this round, finish the round by making a slip stitch into the first stitch we mark. Round 15 is complete. For round 16, chain 1. Make 1 single crochet in each of the first 2 stitches, then make another invisible decrease. Continue repeating 2 single crochets followed by a decrease 6 times around. At the end of this round, you will have 18 stitches. Finish the round with a slip stitch. You now have 18 stitches. For round 17, chain 1. In the first stitch, make 1 single crochet, then make 1 invisible decrease. Repeat this pattern 6 times until you have 12 stitches left. Finish the round with a slip stitch. You should now have 12 stitches. Now, I start stuffing my egg with Fiberfill. Make sure it's nice and firm, but still squishy enough to be huggable. Now, we are going to close this small hole. Instead of crocheting it, using a needle is much easier for beginners and gives a cleaner finish. Cut your yarn, leave a long tail, and pull it all the way through the last loop. Thread your yarn onto a needle. Now, insert your needle through the front loop only of each of the 12 stitches. Go through every 2 stitches and pull the yarn tail firmly. You will see the hole is getting smaller and smaller. Insert your needle into the center of the coaster, bring it out through the side of the egg, and cut the excess yarn, and there you go. Your egg body is perfectly finished. Now, it's time to give our egg some personality with these adorable dangling legs. We are going to use the same no magic ring method as the body, but this time we will work in a spiral. That means we won't make a slip stitch at the end of each round. We just keep going. Remember to keep our stitch marker handy. Start with a slip knot and chain 2. Just like the body, we will make 6 single crochets into the very first chain. Place a stitch marker to mark the first stitch. Continue, make 5 more single crochet in the same stitch. After finish 6 single crocheted, we won't join with a slip stitch. We will jump strictly into the next round. For round 2, make 1 increase into every stitch around. Since we are working in a spiral, your first increase goes directly into the first stitch of round 1. At the end of round 2, you will have 12 stitches now. For round 3, just 1 single crochet in every stitch around. This forms the bottom of the foot. Don't forget, place your stitch marker in the first stitch. The end of round 3, still 12 stitches in total. For round 4, we are going to shape the teeny foot so it points forward. Make 3 single crochets in the first 3 stitches. Then we will make 3 invisible decreases in a row. Remember, only pick up the front loops. This will pull the front of the foot together. To finish the round, make 3 more single crochets. You now have 9 stitches and you can see the little foot starting to form. I will hide the yarn tail inside as you see. Now we will start round 5. We will make it even slimmer. Make 2 single crochets, then 3 more invisible decreases. Finish with 1 last single crochet. Now, we have only 6 stitches at the end of round 5. For round 6 and 7, we just make 1 single crochet in each of the 6 stitches. This creates the length of the neck. Now, let's add a teeny bit of stuffing into the foot area. You don't need too much, just enough to give it a nice round shape. Leave the rest of the neck unstuffed so it stays floppy and Jellycat-like. Finally, for round 8, make 2 single crochets first. This helps us to get the side of the neck. Now, flatten the top of the neck. We are going to stitch the 2 sides together to close it. Insert your hook through both layers. The stitch in the front and the stitch in the back. Yarn over and pull through, then finish your single crochet. Do this 3 times across the top. Cut your yarn, leaving a long tail for sewing. Make 2 of these, and your little legs are ready to be attached to the body. We have our egg body and 2 cute necks. It's time for the assembly. We are going to show the necks on first. This makes it much easier to find the true center of the body, so your eyes and mouth won't look crooked later. Turn your egg upside down, find the very center point where we closed the circle. Position your necks about 2 stitches apart right at the bottom. We want them to dangle freely. Using the needle, sew across the flattened top of the neck into the body. Make sure they are secured. Once the necks are on, your egg can finally sit down and you can see exactly where the front of the face should be. Now, let's talk about the Jellycat secret. Most people put the phrase in the middle of the body, but for that signature Amuseable look, we need to go no. We are going to place the eyes and mouth near the bottom, just above the necks. This derpy proportion is what makes it so incredibly cute and high-end. Use a little bit of black yarn to sew the mouth, tie a lock, and then make a teeny V shape. Cut the yarn and make a gentle, happy smile. Finally, the eyes. Since we are using glue-on eyes, we want to place them level with the top of the mouth, but spread them wide apart, positioning them low and right in the magic formula for that innocent, soulful expression. We come to the final step. Place the keychain into the Easter egg, and your Easter egg comes to life. No magic ring, no stress, just a cute friend. I hope you like this tutorial. I share easy crochet ideas for beginners and handmade gifts. If you enjoy crochet keychains and beginner-friendly projects, consider subscribing. It really helps support my channel. Happy crocheting, and I will see you in the next video.